Annabelle here with another episode for Team Crafternoon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own custom cell phone case. Let me show you what you'll need to get started on this project. So this is what you'll need to get started on this project. You'll need obviously a phone case. I'm going to be using a clear one, and here's a different one for a different type of phone. And I also have the cutouts here. I measured them and then cut them out so that they would fit the phone cases that I'll be using. Obviously you'll need acrylic paint. I'm just showing these, but I have a bunch more on the side, different colors. You'll need paintbrushes of different sizes. I have some that have finer tips for outlines and smaller details. But if you want to get fancy with it, you can also purchase markers, acrylic markers or paint markers on Amazon, and some of these come in various tips, so you can use these as well for outlining. They work great. You also need something to mix the paint with, so I have here these mixing plates, and you'll need some tape just to make sure that the picture doesn't move when you're outlining it, some paper towels, and some water so you can keep cleaning your brushes as you go. And then some Mod Podge for the end so that you can seal your work once it's fully dry. Okay, so this is basically what you'll need to get started. Most of the stuff you can find on Amazon, Michaels, Hobby Lobby, that type of thing. So we'll get started, and we'll start with the outline, and we'll do Nezuko first from Demon Slayer. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to find which way you want to place this. So I'm going to place it right about here. And so this is where the tape comes in handy. You just figure out where you want it, and then you can go ahead and tape it down so that it doesn't move. Alright, there it is. Now you can go about outlining this in a few different ways. You can use a brush with a really fine tip, or you can use one of these markers with a very fine tip as well. And I'm going to show you both ways of doing this. So we'll need to get some black acrylic paint, and we'll get started. So I'll actually be using this brush right here with the very fine tip. It's a 20 is the size of this. So what you want to do with these is always start with the outline and then fill in the colors afterwards. Now keep in mind that outlining is going to take a minute just because some of these lines are so precise. But once it's done, it's going to look really good. And the good thing about acrylic is that if you mess up while it's drying, and even after it's drying, you can take like a toothpick, your nail, or something slightly sharp to erase whatever mistake you made. That's the good thing about using acrylic. And as you can see here, I'm gonna shade in already a little part right here that's all black. When you do this, you want to make sure that you put in like a thick coat of it, because if you do regular strokes like you would with any other painting, it's gonna look streaky once you turn it around. So you want to make sure that you go in thick and you're dabbing it and not using strokes for it. Okay, so now that the outline is done, you can either remove the picture and then paint after that, or you can keep the picture on. It's really up to you how you're comfortable with it. But this is what it should look like now. It's just the outline. So now we're just going to color in. So here I have the pink that I'm going to use on her bow and her kimono, but what I'm gonna do is gonna take that original pink and I'm gonna distribute it into like 2 or 3 parts and add a little bit of black to add the darker shades of pink. So I mixed some of the pinks and I have some of the whites. So when you're doing these types of paintings on phone cases or laptop cases, you always want to do the highlights and the shadows first, then the solid colors afterwards. So what we're going to start with right now is going to be the highlights on the eyes, the lighter colors on the bows and the clothes, and then we're going to add the shadows and everything else, and we'll leave the skin for last. And like I mentioned previously, when you do these, when you color in, you want to make sure you add in thick coats of it instead of thinner coats of the paint. And that's it. That's how you finish. That's how you do a custom phone case. You just gotta make sure that you get acrylic paint and the right tools, because the right brushes will really make a difference. So I'm just gonna do some final touches and we'll do the reveal in a second. Okay, now that it's dried a little bit more and I put in some finishing touches, it's time to do the final reveal. So here is Nezuko. This is what it should look like at the end. Well, that's it for today. We hope you liked today's project. And if you decide to make this at home, please share it with us on social media like Instagram using the hashtag FountaindaleLive. And for more videos like this, please visit our YouTube channel at fountaindale.org/YouTube. See you next time.